In a world where the truth is stranger than fiction, one man stands above the rest. He raised $27 million for medical research, not just to save lives, but to save your life. He wrote free self-help books because, let's face it, we all need a little help. He launched a decentralized product called Hex that skyrocketed 1,000,000% in price. And guess what? It was free if you held Bitcoin. He created a blockchain called Pulsechain that worked flawlessly. Free coins just for holding other coins. It's like the digital equivalent of finding money in your sofa. He predicted the Bitcoin peak not once, but twice. And he even...
What the fuck?
Helped his mum with bidet installation.
What?
From nothing to, well, lots of digital money. Richard Hart, the man who grew up poor but vowed to make the world a better place. But there are those who dare to criticize, to lie, to defame. They don't understand him. They don't want to. Why? Because they're scared. Scared that the more you know about Richard, the less you'll care about them. What more can one man do? He has written, he has given money, he has built. But what's left? Only one thing. Win and keep winning. Come with us to learn about Richard Hart, the man who will not be stopped, who owes it to his ancestors, to future generations, to himself, to make this world a better place, no matter what it takes. Richard Hart, the world's savior. Perhaps his path is more difficult because his calling is higher. Witness the saga, the truth, the legend. Richard Hart, the world's savior. Coming to a blockchain near you.
Nova is here, he's the leader of effortlessly in the charge. Yeah. With main man heavy, hit up right by his side at the raid. Together they fight, guards their corner, rich and valor, fighting for good. They refuse to back down in this war for justice. They wear the crown. Nova and heavy hitter, they rise from the dust. For the cause, they never back down. With big boy Leroy, his feet firmly underground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. Through shadows of doubt, they light up the way. With power and purpose, they seize every day. Their enemy tremble in the dark. Nova and heavy hitter, our heroes embark in the big galaxy that's covered by night. They bring the fire and ammunition to ignite. For its alpha they serve, their honor was true. Nova and heavy hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for the cause, they never back down. With big boy Leroy, his feet firmly on the ground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. For every shadow, they bring the light. Nova and Alpha, defenders of the right.
Konnichiwa! What's going on, you guys? Welcome into the shit show. We got episode 67, and we got Antigravity. We got ourselves Pulsechain Vision coming in here. Very interesting project. I was early in it on. I like it. It's cool. There's like 15 different smart contracts working in concert. Very interesting concept for the things that they're doing. There's a lot to talk about. With that being said, we're still waiting on the man, the myth, the legend. I was earlier on his stream just for a little bit. I was wearing my Hugh Hefner robe, getting ready for the day, hopped in there and just chopped it up with him for a minute. But while we're waiting for him, a little shout out to Richard Hart, that is. The earlier video, not quite sure if he's the world savior, but he definitely is the DeFi king, and that's exciting. With that being said, I'm going to kick it off with our bidet scene. We're going to have ourselves Pulsechain come in here and talk about anti-gravity, probably crypto, probably Panama. He's going down to Panama here. He's going to be going to Vegas here for the Pulsechain meetup here in March. So there's probably a lot to talk about. I know that there's some mechanics within anti-gravity that are coming soon because there's a lot of moving parts. So we're going to talk about all that kind of good stuff. With that being said, Richard Hart, thanks for the day saying, thanks for taking care of your mom. And then we'll get our boy Pulsechain Vision in here and we'll talk about it.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's going to wash your butt, and your butt's going to be clean. Let's get to work. Whoa! Ooh, doggy. Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. Seems to work just fine. It only cost $100 and, well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
Yes. It's the shit show. Monday through Thursday. Hit the likes, all that kind of good stuff. Sub, share, retweet. I'm here for the tech too. And Purple Pimps, my man, the myth, the legend, Shinjitsu. We love you, man. Fast Abdul in the house. Much love to everyone. Chris Corrigal in the house. Smo Spider somewhere in here. Bright Light Crypto. Where you at? Oi, oi. We got our man on deck, Pulsechain Vision. Him and Hexiest Man in the world have built an interesting project, and it's very cool. Bright Light, what's up, brother? So we're excited about it. We're excited to talk about it. I love seeing this community come together. I've loved seeing the builders come together. It's amazing the stuff that people do. Chris Corrigal, Gelato, Stacked Italian. I know you got some other stuff in the hopper. So that's amazing. Let's go. You guys got Panama coming up. I had some other events come up that did not allow me to go down there. But if you guys don't know, Panama is a situation that's being hosted by our boy Randy Hilarski, the No Permissions group, which is kind of a private group. It gets, it's not a bad thing, you guys. Not all private groups are bad. This is just a conglomerate of people coming together, talking about crypto, talking about second passports, talking about silver and gold, talking about health and wellness, all things that are important to you, talking about family. So they are having their first ever Panama meetup, and it should be really interesting. I'm really interested to hear the private videos that come out of it, as far as the excitement, all that kind of good stuff. Bam, we got our man, the myth, the legend in the house. I'm going to pull up both him and Rip City, and let's talk about it.
Bro,
what's up?
Bro, Panama. The joining No Permissions.
Hey,
group.
hoorah, guys. Welcome
Hoorah.
back. Sorry. I am working, but wanted to say I love you.
I love you. We're just playing the
Have a great
video
stream.
from Rip City I've just been playing that over and over on our streams because it's so badass.
Yeah, man. I'm
sorry,
excited.
what I was saying
What's
originally was that joining No Permissions was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. Joining Randy's Patreon, because like back in the day, if you paid for a whole year up front, he basically turned around in airdrops alone, you got all your money back for the community.
Yeah.
So that was insane. And then we gave our airdrop to all that whole community of dark matter and fuel cells. And so just the founders, the builders, the cool stuff. Like I'm so stoked for Panama. I can't wait to go down there and hang out with you guys in person.
You know, I really feel like, you know, that saying iron sharpens iron, and that when you get behind, I guess, whatever you want to call it, the paywall, when you kind of get into a group of people where it's like you're not just bombarded with like
scams and
the Twitter, the Twitter stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you have Randy himself, who's just like, just great dude. I mean, he's living the life, La Vida Loca, down there in Panama, you know, he's just doing his thing. And, and it's just great to be amongst a bunch of people who are like-minded, that are thinking beyond just crypto too. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, how do we make this world a better place? How do we think about sustainable living? How do we consider, you know, even like precious metals? You know,
if you want the future to be a certain way, you got to build it, right? You got to take the vision in your head and you got to work to bring it into this world, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some people call it manifesting, some people just call it building or producing or creating, but that's the only thing that's, I think that's the sweet sauce of this matrix or this experience that we live through. We're all born, we all die, but we have this moment in our lives to figure out what it is we were put here for. You know, something, everyone is here for a reason. Everyone here has their own strengths and demons, and it's beautiful to take this journey with you guys. You know, crypto is a team sport. Crypto is not, you go alone, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to get wrecked. And let's say you're one of the few that make it. Well, now you're rich and you're alone.
I know.
So like, why not join a group of people that you want to be around and win together and go further? Like I got that from Mufasa. I know it's not from Mufasa, but I was sitting in Mufasa and with my family, my kids the other day, and they're like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So
I actually kind of like
we
that.
want to go far.
I just watched Mufasa with my grandson the other day.
Did you hear that part?
It was so good, dude. He
It's
loved
really,
it.
really good. It's definitely worth taking the kids to, or even if you like The Lion King.
Hey, one thing about sorry to interrupt, but I only got limited space here. I just wanted to say about this group, No Permissions, and what we're like, the manifestation of where we are now and where we're going. You know, it's not. I mean, we're with, like, Randy was part of all Anarchapulco, and if you can just like get past the where we are now to where we're going, like, can you see No Permissions as great as an Anarchapulco? I mean, even halfway between that two would be an epic. What an epic journey, and what an honorable place to be. For me, it's about gratitude and being here with this group in the first annual. You know, it's amazing, and I'm grateful to be going because obviously there was a second here where I didn't think I was going to be able to make it, but definitely glad to be here. Can't wait to give you a big hug, Max, for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait either. Did you make it to any of the Anarchapulcos?
I did not, but I saw it on TV.
They were wild. They were wild as hell. Oh my gosh, they were wild.
I can't even imagine, dude.
I left Hexray Chick by the pool for a second, and people were like offering her Bitcoin to come to go through. And I was like,
wow.
She came back, she's like, people are offering me Bitcoin for sex, and I was like, how much? And my question was, how much Bitcoin?
How much Bitcoin?
Really,
oh wow!
I just wanted to know what the going rate was. I don't know. He's obviously not going to take off with the dude for some Bitcoin, but I was like, how?
Dude,
what are we talking here? Are we talking like 10 Bitcoin or? What?
That wasn't Anarchapulco. That was Bitcoin
Oh, that's a
Apulco.
great question, Max. I would have asked the same thing. Well, how much?
Curious. Yeah, she didn't like that. She didn't like that at all.
Right. What's up, my brother?
What's happening, man?
Dude,
Dude, good to be on here, man.
Man, the hexiest man in the world. We used to chop it up, and this is just
Regularly.
a circumstance of life, just getting busy. But it seems like we would just sit there and talk for like on the cell phone for like hours.
We
Just-
would, man.
Just chopping it up, dude. And we had some great
Such good
times in Vegas and what have you, man. Just doing our thing.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm super excited for what you guys are doing and what you're bringing to the table, and to highlight that it's gonna, what it's gonna do. I mean, the whole emphasis too is like, what is this gonna do as far as highlighting Pulsechain and the community that we have locked arms with? You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
We've been here for a minute. We're ready to go.
We have.
Yeah, if you look at the stuff that's being built on King and Queen Pui, and the art and the creative juices and all the cool stuff that they're coming down with, and then you look at SolidX and the games and casinos being built on there. You look at the decentralized Oracle from Signum and Tetra, and Tetra's launching. Like, this is like an entirely new city being born out of the ground. It's like when I go to Burning Man.
Truly is.
You go to Burning Man and it's just this big flat dry lake bed as far as you can see. Like literally, like you can barely see the mountains in the background.
Like just nothing, yeah.
And a week before Burning Man, people show up. They build a city of 80,000 people with giant temples and the giant man and crazy art installations and stuff. And then it's over and it disappears. And I feel like we're building this thing, but it's not going to disappear back into desert like we're used to on the 4-year cycles.
Right.
On the 4-year cycles, everyone's used to the party and the crash. And over time, I think projects like ours that are fun and interesting, creative, and pushing the bounds of some of the stuff that DeFi can do. But it's too complicated for people to understand. So you wrap it in a story, you wrap it in a game, and then they go, oh, this is what scarcity is.
Right.
Oh, this is a way that you can pay yield without inflating. Oh, this is how you get people to lose, out trade themselves, wreck themselves, and then get converted into, actual investors. Exactly. So there's so much wrapped up in here. I get so excited thinking about it. And on the surface, it's simple. Buy dark, take the dark, mint a fuel cell. That's the whole game. Mm-hmm. Literally, that's all you need to know about agproject.io. Now it goes deep. It's a network of rabbit holes underneath that. But if you just understand, get dark, mint a fuel cell, you know enough to play the game and get your foot in the door. And from there, you can watch and learn and be like, oh, that's how the lottery pays out. Oh, that's how the treasury works. Oh, that's why the money goes in, but it doesn't come out.
Right.
That's where the economic energy gets held.
Well, it comes out into those fuel cells. I know you're wanting to keep it very simple, but I'm just saying the only thing to add is with those fuel cells, you have two basically sources of dark income, right? Like they're growing in crazy yield. Like it's actually crazy numbers if you look at what it is. But also the lotteries are just the fun cherry on top with a great 1 in 20 chance. So maybe that's getting too complex, but I just wanted to say that there's a reason they're not just pieces of art. They're not just NFTs. They're literally they're basically little banks. They have money to burn them.
So I understand it's get dark, mint fuel cells, and then from what I'm hearing in a lot of your streams is then vaporize. No, that's not the protocol.
Oh shit!
Hey,
has Patrick and Red Squirrel been talking to you, dude?
Buddy, this guy right here. Oi, what's up, my man? No, obviously you guys know that's kind of a running joke amongst these streams that there's a lot of people that like to troll and say just go ahead and vaporize them. I think that's kind of like sending your
few people on the first.
Oh really? Okay.
Journey. They're like, I vaporized. Now what? And I'm like, wait, hold on. What did you? What do you mean? They're like, yeah, I vaporized. Someone told me I'd have like better chances at the lottery, and I'm like, No,
You
no,
burned
no.
your lottery ticket.
You just burnt your lottery ticket and shot yourself in the foot and bashed open your piggy bank before it filled up.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
vaporizing is one of those things that's kind of like emergency end snaking. Like, it's there. I sure as shit wouldn't hit it. Like, I wouldn't touch that button.
Yeah, I mean, there'll become a point when obviously it might make a lot of sense to, even if you don't have a full dark back in there yet. Like, you know, I mean, you might want to now granted, why would you do that? Because they are tradable, right? That's the thing about the technology. It's a tradable NFT. So they actually have value that you can sell them for. No need to break them open, but there may be a time when you just want the dark inside of it, even if it's you know, a portion of a dark. You might have 5 that have dark in them. You want to make them into 1 so that you can enter. You know, that's doable too. But this early, no, you wouldn't want to do it. It hasn't filled with enough dark yet. But the first journeys did fill with some dark. They got their payout as scheduled, trustlessly.
Yeah, you got 22 hours to get into Journey 2. And once that spaceship takes off, that's it. You'll never, ever be able to mint a J2 fuel cell again. Just like you can't go back and mint the J1 fuel cells again. And the button just barely popped up for me to stream. So I'm streaming to my audience too now on here.
Oh, bang.
I'm restreaming this.
All right, cool.
So anyone that we missed can see this on my Twitter and my YouTube. But yeah.
So yeah, beautiful site. You guys have an awesome website. I love it. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So much thought went into it. And then, like you said, what is it? 15 smart contracts all working within concert.
Yep.
Is that right?
It might be more. We have this guy in our Telegram. He's the founder of Carpe Diem, and I think he goes. There's a couple flags in his name, and then it's SILI, and he's been digging into the
smart
code,
guy,
like really, really deep, and he's found some of our Easter eggs and some of our surprises that we haven't announced yet. But I think he was saying it was like more than 15 when he was counting the different functions, and I was like, oh. Wow. But it's just a bunch. Yeah, it's a very, very complicated one. And he was saying even the contracts themselves are written at a very highly sophisticated level and solidity. And
our dev is
and Rust,
very good.
That other people, he's like, I haven't seen this complexity in people's smart contracts.
And again, it's kind of like with Hex. Hex is a very simple. Well, now, granted, there's T-shares and all the things you need to understand, but there's a lot of complexity, in the way that they were designed and built in the code in order to create that to happen. Even though AG has it's so simple in terms of how to participate and play, you got to have so many different things to go on to make this a trustless process, right? Like, for example, you know, the lottery. If a lot of people, if they would have built a randomizer just on Pulsechain with the tech that existed already, a lot of these randomizers that exist are actually predictable. If you can actually predict what the random draws are going to be, right? And so we wanted to avoid that. So, for example, there's Chainlink is very good Oracle, and it's on base, and so we have systems that interact that actually have a contract that pulls the data from base's randomizer. And so that's all provable on chain that it's actually random. So you got to do a lot of complexity to make a very simple system that does a lot of cool things, you know? So again, don't get too deep down the rabbit hole, but just, again, we can geek out about this stuff because we've been there the whole way building it. And you guys are builders too. So you guys know what building can be like. And man, we're proud of the site and proud of the work that the devs have done. It's cool to see new things being done on chain, you know?
Yeah. I mean, just like Hex, the simple version obviously could have been, there's a lot of winners this last bull cycle that just bought Hex and held it and didn't stake it. You know what I mean? They didn't even set up, staking ladders, and they just were like, just played the cycle and understood that price go up. Cool. I'm going to sell. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming that the similar situation could be, hey, I'm just holding dark.
Right.
Like I'm not even interacting too much with the DApp, and I'm not doing, this, Jinjitsu backflips, figuring out, how to speak Pig Latin. I'm just holding dark.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a play. if you like dark, then fuel cells. I mean, just like Hex pays yield,
Right.
the way the yield numbers end up being a little bit bigger, at least especially if you enter in these first few journeys. If you meant fuel cells, because it goes down by 10% each journey, each 45-day journey. But if you want to compound that dark into not just like dark and a little, but multiple dark in just a couple years, then that's a way to get a lot more dark. But sure, of course, you can speculate just by holding the token. You can also sell fuel cells, and win lotteries. I mean, you can have that dark be, if you win the biggest lottery, you can have it be that you have 7.5 dark that you can just take off the outside without vaporizing anything. It's just like cash taped to the outside of your piggy bank. You don't need to break it open. So if you like dark, fuel cells are a great way to go. You get to play a degen game while at the same time earning real dark. It's not like a lottery ticket that if you don't win, you just throw it away. No, this lottery ticket comes back and ends up being redeemable for money, which is cool. Rarely do you see that.
Yeah. So even if you don't win, you still win.
Yep, exactly.
So
of course you can hold it. You can stay and speculate. If you like dark, fuel cells are the way to go.
The way to go, huh?
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone in chat. I mean, I think that sometimes we get on here and we just start chatting away, and I forget to kind of acknowledge everyone and just say, man, we're all kind of crazy. And, shout out to everyone who's just like ridden through the bear market. And I really, really feel in like my bones that like we are coming out the other end, and that like our time to shine here on Pulsechain, our time is coming. Like all this like blood, sweat, and tears, and like we were talking about earlier, falling asleep at the desk, wearing a robe, just like all these countless hours. You guys obviously working on the back end with devs, just everyone just putting in their time, making Twitter posts, much appreciated. Everyone sharing, liking, subbing.
Yeah.
Like the movement is real. Hexaco is being built. The digital nation is coming. And like, I know that you guys are building something that you don't want to just be gone in a cycle. You guys are trying to build substance.
Right.
And that's the one thing that kind of keeps me up at night as far as like, what can I do to create more substance?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like what is it that like that has lasting power, and that's the cool thing about Hex that we always talk about. Flawless operation, 5 years. If Richard, I hate to say it, if Richard gets hit by a bus, it continues. You know what I mean? Same thing with Pulsechain. There's a lot of criers out there saying, "Oh, when's Richard gonna stream?" He's allowing this baby to start to crawl and walk on its own.
Yes, exactly. When you do that, and then again, and you can see it in a lot of other communities that just are so far behind our community. They have a strong founder, and the founder might disappear for a bit, or just has some other things to do, or they're intentionally kind of realizing some of the same things. And if they were to go back to their, if you go back to the community too early, it's like people just get people that just grow entitled, right? But when we can crawl and walk on your own, imagine how much more you can do with that kid, right? Imagine how much stronger that it would be when you do come back, right?
Right.
It changes things.
I mean, if you wanted to break that down into like athletics, all of a sudden you have a kid that has learned how to crawl and walk, and you know what? Hey, now we're going to put you in Pop Warner, and he's going to come back and start teaching you how to be a football player. That's like just
exactly
a savage team out here just doing their thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
posted the link.
If we digress back to the simple parts of dark matter anti-gravity project.
And wait, hold on, Max, real quick before you say that, I just want to, because I've got to go pick up my little guy, my little 3-year-old, his third day of school today, and I promised him I'd be there to pick him up, and he was, Daddy, don't leave. So I know you're about to go into something important, and I just wanted I don't want to interrupt you then. So sorry, man. Before you started, thank you guys so much for having us on. If you're still on, I'll jump back on.
Okay, cool.
Or I can just turn on audio. Actually, I can turn on audio and just mute. So I'll do that. So go ahead. You were saying going back to the simple things of dark.
Yeah, I was just going to say dark is the token. Dark is the PRC20 token, and the fuel cell is the NFT. And the NFT is a lottery ticket, and it's a piggy bank.
Yeah.
And that's all you really need to know to start getting into this and realize what's going on. Then you can go into like the next thing you probably want to know is that there's a fixed supply of dark matter. There's 1 million dark matter. Most of it's already locked up in smart contracts. So
Yeah.
it's a lot more scarce than people realize so far. And then you go on into the community. You know, the next thing you would do is go into Telegram and check out the sci-fi book, check out the art, check out the memes, because there's a whole universe of our community building, promoting, creating really, really cool stuff to push this narrative forward and make it easy for people to understand with the stories and the art and the memes. So that's kind of the little tip of the iceberg for anti-gravity. If I were to sit down and give someone the elevator pitch,
and just this is just an appeal to the fun and the degen part, right? Which is I don't believe it's a degen play at all, but we all have a little bit of degen in us, right? And so I can just tell you guys that the those of you that have been around and you guys have for Journey 1, it's so fun where once you mint a fuel cell, every 11 days you get to literally sit and watch the stream where the lottery pulls in real time. And if you get yourself 21 fuel cells, well, mathematically the odds are you're going to win in at least one of those things. And so it's fun, man, when you see, and if you don't win the first, I don't want to get too complex. It's just fun every 11 days to be able to be like, ooh, I get to check to see if I won. Like, that's just fun. Like, it's really fun to do. So that window's closing.
Yep.
And
Rip City's back. What's up, Rip City?
What's up, AJ? Rip City Hex.
Rip City Hex.
He might be on mute.
Yeah, he might be on mute. Hey, I'm gonna pull everyone down real quick.
Guys, hey, I'm gonna stay.
Yeah, go grab your kid, and we'll catch you later. If not, we'll be around.
Yes. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Ciao.
I'm gonna show this thumbnail real quick, brother. Us kicking it in Vegas. Bam.
Mansion party right there.
I know, man. Good times. Vets in crypto. He's doing his thing. He's taking care of some family. He's got his hands full with some family stuff. So he's been kind of behind the scenes. The one thing I wanted to kind of highlight too about anti-gravity and some of the things that you're probably experiencing, as far as like, and I'm sure Chris and everyone that's like in chat that's, maybe done this, is like the amazing thing that when people step up, Smo Spider, you're one of them, Bright Light, just like all the people that just kind of step up and just start making stuff happen. Like I was asked last night in Telegram, like who made the buy bot gif for King and Queen Pui? And I said, to be honest, dude, I don't even know. I just know that there's a lot of stuff that happens. There's a lot of videos that happen. There's a lot of these memes, like you said, like the memes that you guys are putting together. Like people just step up and start making stuff, and you're like, holy shit! Like there's really smart, intelligent, creative people out here just doing stuff. They're just like, it's just like these amazing. I'd imagine like when Richard comes back, there's probably this great appreciation and like. He's just like, hey, you guys, I've been watching the city get built. I mean, there has to be like this joy of just seeing like all these things just popping off, being built, and this is like wave 2 for Richard, kind of switching gears. Like obviously with Hex, it was just like, I mean, shoot, you got a tattoo of Hex on your shoulder, dude. You know what I mean? Like there's people running across the country, the 555 tour, putting up stuff. You got Caitlin and SJ out here, coming up here in March, putting together, and yes, it's paid, Richard, and people do like to go and shake hands and drink together and have a fun time together. I think that if you have the opportunity to go do in life real meetups, go do it. Go do it. I mean, it just strengthens your bond and your cause and your mission and belief in what you're doing.
Yeah. Shout out. We got KRJ Crypto up there. I posted that TA that he did of AG of Dark, and it was so good. He does some really cool TA. Follow KRJ Crypto. And again, like Smo Spider's been dropping hilarious memes and beautiful artwork that we've incorporated with a bunch of stuff. Rip City Hex used some of that art, used some of the art from Red Squirrel. It's beautiful when you step back and you invite the community to put their thumbprint on the product, you know, and that's the reason Hex was so successful. It was the community. Like Richard Hart's, he's a smart dude, and he's got some good leadership qualities, but the T-share, that came from the community, right? Like the people staking, that came from mostly the community. And then all the websites, hexfire.io. I started a YouTube channel where I just talked about basically Hex for 3 years. And, you know, I was like, we all did it out of our passion and the love that we had for this community. And it's all about community. If you don't have a community, it doesn't matter what your code is. It doesn't matter what your smart contract does.
I mean, I threw KRJ up in there just to let you guys know, and kind of talking about TA on Saturdays. I'm pretty sure he's given me the green light. Like last Saturday, we had a TA chart session on Saturday, and he just told me, "Hey, dude, if you just tee up the StreamYard, you could just get out of the way, and I'll just do it." And I'm like, "Sweet." You know, it's like you know, like you know, you do streams like every day. And I'm not trying to say I don't want to like get out of like doing work, but like there has to be balance, right? And so like what I'm trying to say is like, hey, check it out on Saturdays. KRJ is going to be doing charts and TA on AG, the Antigravity project, and just other crypto projects. But talking about things that people do, I'm going to tee up. You know, I'm sure you guys saw it when we started, but I'm going to tee up what Rip City Pulse did here. I'm going to show the anti-gravity, video. These are just things that people just step up in the community and do. And if you guys didn't know, like we all deal with stuff in life, everyone here in their own personal lives. And I know that we're all just doing our thing, but Rip City, shout out to you, man. Cause I know you personally on a personal level, and I know you do a lot of stuff, and you're stepping up doing stuff for people. Much love, man. I'm going to show this video and we're going to come back and chop it up.
Nova is here. He's the leader of effortlessly leading the charge. Yeah. With his main man heavy, hit up right by his side at the raid. Together they fight. The guards that corner. Rich and valor, fighting for good. They refuse to back down in this war for justice. They wear the crown. Nova and heavy hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for the cause, they never back down. With big boy Leroy, his feet firmly underground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. Through shadows of doubt, they light up the way. With power and purpose, they seize every day. Their enemy tremble in the dark. Nova and heavy hitter, our heroes embark in the big Gatsby that's covered by night. They bring the fire and ammunition to ignite. For its alpha they serve, their honor was true. Nova and heavy hitter, they rise from the dust. Fighting for the cause, they never back down. With big boy Leroy, his feet firmly on the ground. In the face of danger, they fight through it all. Champions of hope, they rise to the top. For every shadow, they bring the light. Nova and Alpha, defenders of the right.
Konnichiwa! Shout out Rip City, dude. Much love, brother. I know you're just like up in the, like a lot of times Rip City's like on stream with us, but he's just driving down the road in his truck working. Just again, people out here just making sacrifices, pushing the, the cause further. With that being said, I want to kind of maybe transition and talk about your excitement about Panama. I mean, I see Ted Nelson up in here, and he's just like talking about like he's going from like 11 degrees to like 85 here in a week. He's stoked about it. That's a lot to be stoked about, And hey, KRJ, shout out to you. Yes, let's step up.
I have one question. Question. Sorry. I wanted to know how those guys thought about me merging all the music and Red Squirrel's artwork. I mean, have they mentioned anything about that?
Say that again.
Well, I wanted to make those guys proud, and I hope I did in that video. I didn't know if they had anything to say about what. Wow. Yeah, sorry.
You were jumping in our Telegram and absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving the way you use their art. Very, very cool. And of course, Cape, as far as I know, he might be in here, he might not, but Cape is the dude that did the rap, and he's happy to see his music out there being used in the project. So yeah, I heard good things about that video. I absolutely love that video.
All right, you're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
Super cool. I can't believe how much time and effort you put into that. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's great stuff. So yeah, man, we're excited to hear more about Panama. Like, obviously you and Vetch are going to be down there, and AJ Rip City are going to be down there. Ted Nelson's going to be down there. I don't want to give away the entire party list due to like maybe someone's like saying, hey, I didn't want people to know, so I'll just shut up right now. But point being is you guys are going to go have fun. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of great content coming out of there as far as just excitement. And there's a lot of different crypto projects that are going to be represented. A lot of founders, a lot of builders, a lot of people that are just passionate about crypto in general. It's great stuff, man. I think there's going to be a lot of great things that are going to come out of this. It's just going to solidify the relationships, as far as just bonding. I mean, there's a lot of y'all that are going to get together and just start shaking hands, slapping hands, and just like, I'm excited about it. I mean, I feel like this could be a turning of a new dawn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different when you get to meet someone in person. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can kind of get a sense for someone online, watching their streams and stuff. I mean, I watched hundreds of hours of Richard Hart, so I kind of got a feeling for who he was, like where his heart was, and some of his hints and Easter eggs he would drop, in stream, like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if this happened, or I wonder what would happen if someone built this kind of thing. You know what I mean?
He talks like that, huh?
Yeah, he's just dropping little Easter, little hints, little breadcrumbs. But when you meet someone in person, like, then you really get to know who they are, and you can tell who you can trust, who you can't trust, who's in it for the community, who's in it for themselves. And the Pulsechain tour, shout out to Kaylin, and SJ and RG3 for running that. I've met so many cool people at their events in Vegas and elsewhere in Salt Lake. So that's it. And I expect nothing less than Randy's definitely going to be putting on a killer conference down there in Panama. And he's going to bring in a bunch of people from a bunch of places outside of crypto. So he's bringing in people from like precious metals, from real estate, from taxes, from all sorts of information. So you're getting a real well-rounded education. It's not just crypto bros talking about the next meme that's going to pump. It's like some really good alpha that I expect to be down there. And, you're just cementing those relationships and those bonds, which is worth more than the money in crypto, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys got that going on at the end of the month, pretty soon, like less than about a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have ourselves, I think that in March, when the Pulsechain meetup is in Vegas, I'm hoping that things really start, up for us. I really hope that there's within our cycle, I'm kind of hoping that things start cooking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that something's got to give for us. We've seen Bitcoin have its shine. We've had meme coins shine. We've seen Solana for some reason. People put money in Solana. I don't get it. I know. You know, but we're waiting for our wave to hit. And when our wave hits, like, it's going to be wild. It's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, I don't know what Auntie Carol's up to. That chick, I don't know if she went skiing or something and has not come back from vacation, but we're waiting to hear back from the SEC. Hopefully some good news there that'll like take some of the cloud and chill factor off the RH coins. But I think it's just a matter of time until people see what we're building over here. They see the freedom of speech, the decentralized, the fact that you can't take this stuff down, you can't shut it off. And I think with our day's coming, and unfortunately, a lot of people may have to lose a bunch of money trusting centralized entities again to learn that lesson and look for something that is actually, decentralized and secure. So it's just a matter of time. We have a really weird Nostradamus chart. Can I share that with you guys?
Yeah. Let's get cosmic.
It's gonna freeze my face like it always does, but that's all right. I look like a very hopeful kid in that one. That's a decent one. Usually I'm like picking my nose or yawning. So we've got the chart right here. I call this the Nostradamus chart. Oh, that's X. There's the Nostradamus chart.
Okay, right there we go.
So let me make this big screen for you guys. Boom. And as you can see, during the first cycle, first 45-day cycle, it was 50 days because of the claim phase and airdrop. But you had this crazy pump from $1 to $134 here. Oh, this one only measures 112 because Dex Screener doesn't show all the spikes. But we did hit 130 or so for when everyone was buying and minting the first 116,000 fuel cells. And then, of course, we had our first lottery payout, and the lottery payout lined up identically with the Interpol FUD, which was kind of like creepy, right? Like it lined up with that Interpol FUD that we all got dumped on. And then here's the ulti dump right here during our second one where everyone, aped into ulti. Lost their shirts. Jeez. And then we had another dip right here with the market. We took a big dump right here. I forget what this one was, but we did have a dump. And what we thought we were hoping to see was a nice drop, a crash down here to like maybe $8, $10. And people started front running the buy instead of front running the sell, because apparently they'd taken enough profit up here at 80, 30, and $26 that when it went down here below 10, it was nothing but buyers that sucked it right back up. And we had a little bounce, and this bounce is all over in the RH core coins right here. So it kind of ruined our second bull pump right here. The market is not having fun. And then we also had a whale dump 600 tokens in one sell, boom, and people just gobbled it up in the 20s right back up to 30. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting pattern, but every 45 days we got our pump, our possible pump, and our possible dump. But every time these pumps go in to the minting of the fuel cells, that economic energy is stored in the lottery and in the treasury. So every single cycle that we go through will take more and more of the dark matter tokens off the market and lock them long term in the treasury, the bulk of them. So when we tell people you don't have enough dark and you don't have enough fuel cells, we really mean it. Very, very few people have enough dark to even play the game right now. And I think it's going to be much, much harder in the future to get dark, just based on the mechanics of the evil address pumping all of its money into the treasury over time, and lottery. Yeah. But this is just a kind of a fun little chart. This is my TA with animals.
No, I love it, dude.
It's kind of TA like me, like KRJ, take notes.
Yeah, I know.
You need more animals on your chart, in my humble opinion.
Just follow in line, KRJ. Make crypto fun again, buddy. Come on. No.
And here's our clock ticking down again. Sometime tomorrow around 9 a.m. your time, we're going to be. This thing's going to be. This window's closed. The spaceship launches, and you're either on it or you're not. Right there. So I want to share that one as well. And we've got about $3 million worth of dark in the treasury right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got 21,000 dark in the lottery for J2. So
Nice.
that's not bad. We had 23,000 in J1, and we want to beat that. We want to mint more fuel cells in J2 than in J1. And I think this is going to be the biggest mint of them all, because people realize that they missed the 3% drip from the treasury in J1, and now it's a 2.7% drip. And then it's going to go down to 243. It drops by 10% every journey. So people are trying to lock in the higher interest from the treasury, and also, gun for some of these lottery winnings right here.
Now you said 21,000 USD or 21,000 dark?
21,000 dark.
Okay, that's beautiful.
So, I mean, that's right around $670,000 right now, I think.
Right.
We gave away $600,000 worth of dark in the first one. I think, depending on price in the market, obviously, I don't know what the US dollar amount's going to be, but we should be giving away more dark in the second journey than the first if we get more fuel cells minted.
Okay.
So, and then this is the supply off of 9mm scan.9mm.pro. And like I said, there's only 1 million of these tokens. And if you look at the top addresses, you got the evil address, which is going to mint basically most of all of this right here. So all of this is going to end up in treasuries and lotteries. Then you have the treasury, then you have the mystery box, and then you have the number one whale, and then you've got the lottery. So in the top 5 addresses, we're already sitting at like 80-something% of the supply.
Dang.
With 17% locked in the treasury, and that this one is eventually going to be the number one address right here as the treasury gets pumped more and more and more throughout the mintings. So when we say you don't have and if you go down, there's we're already done with the dolphins and the sharks in the first page. That's it.
What's it take to be a dolphin or a shark?
I think. Let's see here. I think you need we have 3 Poseidons right here,
right,
with the smart contracts and the mystery box. So there's the 3 Poseidons, and then the whales. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sharks, and then these are the dolphins. So the dolphins start at around 6,000 dark.
Okay.
And then once you get to 10,000, you've reached the shark status.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we only have 3 whales, and these are all squids here. And like I said, there's out of the 1,673 holders, I think 1,300 or 1,500 of these are basically still airdrop recipients.
Okay.
So there's only 200 or 300 actual holders that have put money in or bought, and I mean, that's got to include the trading bots as well. But I mean, there's very few. This is a very, very small community. We have maybe a few hundred people on Telegram. So if we go to our Telegram here, let's find Antigravity, and you go into our general. Yeah, we've got 381 members. So we've just about 2x since launch. So in the last 60 days, we've doubled our Telegram group. And I keep telling people that instead of focusing on X's on the chart, let's focus on X's in the community. Because every time your community X's, 1X's, your price will 10X on the chart. It's exponential, right? So focus on building the community, focusing on our memes, on our book, on our art, just some crazy art coming up here. We're doing that on Twitter, and you can earn swag and points and dark for all sorts of stuff. The memes, you name it, right here. They hear, Father, we need to do something about red squirrel.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Quattro Cinco, yeah, there's just people are coming up with all sorts of cool fan fiction and art and memes, and it's fun. Like, which we're making crypto fun again.
Yep.
And I think it's been a while since we've had that, in crypto. It's been a long, very painful bull for everyone that I know, and nobody that I know was expecting the bear market to go on this long. I wasn't. I was a year ago. We wanted to launch a year ago. I thought the bottom of the market was a year ago. I was dead wrong.
Yeah, you're probably sitting there going, "Oh gosh, doggone it!" You're like,
"We're gonna miss the wave." We just missed death and destruction the last year,
right?
So, yeah. Our community is the best damn community in crypto, hands down. Like, Pulsechain is already great. Hexkins are already amazing, but like when you concentrate the true believers and the builders and the creative people, I just can't think of anywhere else I'd rather be, or any people I'd rather be hanging out than with you guys, with Gelato, with SolidX, with Sloth. You know what I mean?
Right.
Larsky. It's a unique thing. It's a special thing we have here. It's lightning in a bottle, I think is how I would describe it.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, there's a lot going on. We have a lot of swag that we're giving out. We've got some posters here for some people that have read the book.
Beautiful.
I'm not gonna dox them, but we got posters going out that are signed, autographed, and numbered. We got pins for reaching different ranks in the collective. Here's your golden sunglasses pin for becoming a special agent. Here's your golden wrench for becoming a lead technician.
Nice.
And then we got patches for your uniform. So when you're showing up in your space suit, we got patches for your space suit. All sorts of stuff, swag, stickers, you name it. We're just always cranking out stuff. In fact, Steve Stash, I think, is in the comments here, followed us over. Yeah, Steve Stash hits me up and brings over these insane coins right here.
Oh,
so we got silver dark matter coin right there, and we're gonna put this one's blank because it's the first one he made, but we're gonna be putting the collective symbol on the back of that one, and so like every time I turn around, someone's making something amazing for the community, just totally out of the blue, wonderful and beautiful, and like you said, you just turn around and people show up and they contribute. Yeah, look at that one.
Yeah, I love those coins though, man. Like what you got cooking there, as far as
Yep. Yeah, I've got some of those up on my cork board over there that we got. That's the thing is, like, if you don't show up, if you don't go to the conferences in person, you don't get really cool stuff that like keychains and coins and cards and patches, you name it. There's so much cool stuff that people are giving out and just growing the community. Stickers, lots and lots of stickers, but that's just something that like it's an experience, it's an event. So yeah, shout out to all those people making stuff and building and creating in our community. Cheers.
Yeah. And I think that's a good transition point as far as like tomorrow on the shit show, everyone. We have Eco Builder coming on here.
Yeah.
Eco Builder's been putting in the work for years, postcards going out. And I did the math too. Just in like postal stamps alone, it's like $125,000. That's not even like the cost to produce the actual postcard. And now he has this crazy, and I hope that like we all have these ambitious dreams. Everything that has ever been done is sparked by an idea, you guys, and he has this idea to put on a reality show, and that means a house in like Los Angeles where there's going to be a bunch of crazy crypto people doing crazy crypto like task and journeys in a town, and this town has no idea that a bunch of hexagon Pulsechans are about to embark upon it and just start doing like crazy jump through this hoop and, you know, do a back, you know. So we're excited to have EcoBuilder come on and talk about it. And then we're going to round out the week with open mic. And I do know that we have Shill Gates coming on next week to just talk about a bunch of crazy stuff that we're cooking on and doing on our projects. And so he's going to be jumping on to talk about that. So we're excited about that because, you know, I think anytime.
Shout out to Shill Gates, man. He did a crazy post this morning on Twitter for telling people to get their mints in before that window closes. So and he made a great video for you guys. And so that's great stuff. Well, I mean, we need that kind of stuff to highlight the great things that are happening on our blockchain, whether you think it's right or wrong or indifferent. You know, we're here making noise, and we're really trying to get people to get out of the banking and corporate and government institutions and get into DeFi, you guys. And so there's a lot of opportunities to get into DeFi. There's a lot of great things being built on Pulsechain. You got any kind of final things? Because I'm going to tee up this video that Vetch hooked me up with in regards to our beloved Pulsechain tour here in March as an outro. But you got anything that you kind of want to shoot the shit with? I would just say community is everything.
Yeah.
Without community, we have no value. Without community, we have no one to trade with. Without community, we have no one to share ideas and stuff with and bounce ideas off of when we're trying to build and come up with new stuff. So I just want to express my gratitude for the community that we have in our little baby community that's super cool, and the greater community of King Pui, Queen Pui, you know, Bright Light, all these people that just come together and support each other. I know this last year we've had a few people kind of fall off the wagon or, you know, kind of lose their credibility as OGs by shilling horseshit. And I just want to say that, like, people will, this next bull run will definitely let you know who you can trust and who you can't trust. And I think you guys are in the right spot. That's all I want to say. And come join our Telegram.
Yeah. It's right
Telegram
here.
and come hang out with us. Ask your questions, joke around, whatever you want. We're pretty open. We have a lot of fun over there.
I love it, man. And here's the TG there, Telegram. Bam, there it is.
Antigravity Saga. It's a long word, but it's English, so it's a little bit easier than some of those with like numbers and letters. So,
well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know that this isn't our first and it's not our last. We got a lot of great things to build throughout. Just like I just get the sense that there's a lot of great things that we have within the No Permissions group and with you and X-Ray Vision, the hexiest man in the world, as far as the things that we want to build probably outside of crypto too. And so I'm excited about that journey. You know, with that being said, Pulsechain Conference, check it out, you guys. I'm going to outro out with this video, little video put together by our man, Vets in Crypto. Peace, guys.
Peace.
Somebody check my pulse. I'm just about ready to raise. Somebody check my pulse. I'm just about ready to raise. When I come through, better believe it's major. Slicing through the haters like I'm a lightsaber. Don't be confused, my people know I put in labor. Up and to the right, every candle I will savor. Y'all can censor me, I am the resistance. Put my talents to good use while being persistent. If only you saw my vision, you would be lifted. Many people will be saved, freedom is minted. Somebody check my
Beautiful hat, beautiful hat. Hey you guys, I'm here in Las Vegas at the Reserve Golf Course. Pulse Masters, we're just doing our thing. Beautiful, you can see the Vegas Strip in the background. We're gonna have a good time. I'm representing Team Hex. Hey you guys, thanks again for tuning in to the shit show. Tomorrow we have ourselves Eco Builder in the house. That should be a good one. You guys have yourself a great day. Peace. Konnichiwa!
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's gonna wash your butt, and your butt's gonna be clean. Let's get to work. Woo! Ooh, doggy. Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. And, it seems to work just fine. It only cost $100, and well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen?